This should be a fairly quick video. This is that TBX from the other day that had all the bad ground loops. And all the mods are done, and all the ground loops have been fixed, and it's got all new filter caps and all new electrolytics. And some of the changes were for reliability. Some of them were for longer tube life. Others were to make it a optimal version of a 64, 65-ish AC30. So a lot of new components. No mojo parts, no magic promises, actual good values, and some of the values have changed to reflect what you might find in a 50, 60-year-old AC30, which has drifted a bit. I'll let you hear it briefly. I'm going to do a real playing video when the amp's done. This is just going to be the top of this channel as a preview. It's very airy and responsive. Really nice once all that buzz is gone from the ground loops. But the amp has two and a half remaining issues. Number one, the tube amp doctor, the TAD EL84s that were in the amp have drifted away from each other and no longer matched. And so with these in the amp, there was a pretty noticeable hum before it was being masked by how bad the ground loop hum and buzz was. So those are out, and I've got a test set in now. We're going to get some new output tubes for the owner. The reason I think that the tube amp doctor tubes probably didn't make it was this amp in stock form had 100 ohm screen grid resistors. I've changed them to 1Ks, and had 50 ohms for the cathode, which sets the cathode bias, and it was idling at about 16 watts per tube. And those are 14 watt tubes. 12 to 14 watts is the range you want. Now I put in some new resistors here, and this is putting me at 76 ohms. And with the stock power transformer and 120 volts coming out of the wall right now, it's at 14.75 watts, which is still on the high side. And if it weren't for the last problem, I would change these still until I got between 12 and 14 watts idle with 120 volts mains. But the remaining issue is the stock power transformer, which, like many Marshalls and Voxes from this era of Korg in the 90s, has a buzz. Let's see if this phone mic will pick that buzz up. Put it in standby, make the buzz go away. Power it off, make the buzz go away even more. And so this power transformer has a buzz, and it's acoustic. This one's not coming through the speakers the way the last one was. But once that starts, these things go downhill. And so I spoke to the owner about it, and he's going to have me replace this with a Mercury, just like on the last one. I'll swap that out. It's pretty easy to do. I've gotten pretty good at it over the years. And at that point, not only will that last of that buzz go away, but I know that it'll be a rock solid amp for decades to come. And at that point, I suspect that the idle with these 150 ohms making up a total of 75 ohms, actually measures 76, will be ideal, and the new output tubes will bias between 12 and 14 watts. If I can get it at 13.5 watts, I'm happy. Given that cathode resistors only come in so many values, you've got to find whatever gets you in the ballpark, and also want to make sure that if the wall voltage goes up to 125 volts, it's not going to go anywhere over 15 watts, because that's when you get complete sets of otherwise good tubes that go bad.